other day I'd like to pass on to you, 'cause I believe what he said to be true. He said we're here for a good time, not a long time. So have a good time. The sun can shine every day, and the sun is shining in this rainy city, and the sun is shining. Ooh, isn't it a pity? And every year has a share of tears, and every now and then it's gotta rain. We're here for a good time, not a long time. So have a good time. The sun can shine every day, and the sun is shining in this rainy city, and the sun is shining. Ooh, isn't it a pity? And every year has a share of tears. Every now and then it's gotta rain. We're here for a good time, not a long time. So have a good time. The sun can shine every day. Here for a good time, oh, not a long time. So have a good time. The sun can shine every day. We're here for a good time, not a long time. So have a good time. The sun can shine every day. The sun can shine every day. So have a good time. The sun can shine every day. The sun can shine. The sun can shine. So have a good time. The sun can shine every day.
Whoa, Pierre. Okay, so true confession. I sing along most of your songs. I don't usually sing at the top of my lungs. I had to look twice to make sure that my mic was off because, of course, I mean, Trooper is, I mean, Cal Canadian, huh?
I saw them, I think, in 82 or 83, I think, in
Yeah,
Moncton, New Brunswick, at the Moncton Coliseum.
Oh, I saw them at the Sudbury Arena in 1978. And
Yeah.
yeah, I was just a teenager, and there were 6 of us that went.
Yeah.
And it was just, I mean, and I mean, and in those days, I mean, you know, we were high on stuff. I mean, I'm high on life now, but it was like we went in and the plumes of smoke within the building, and we were in the very front. We got the admission right up at the front.
Nice.
They didn't even have chairs down on the floor except for like halfway back. And so we were just running around, and Kim Mitchell opened for them.
Yes. Well, yeah, because was he with Max Webster? Yeah. I think I saw them with Zahn. I don't know where they are now, but yeah.
We're history.
Oh yes. We're not dating ourselves at all.
At all. But you know what? I got to tell you something. I saw them in February again, and it was different. I mean, but I got to tell you, it was funny because there were still, you know, and no disrespect to anyone, there were ladies that had the same haircut, wearing jean jackets, and there were men that looked the same. I mean, we all look considerably older because that's 40 something years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, but truly, like just the same. As soon as the lights went down and the music came on, I mean, everybody was rocking the same way.
Yeah.
Just incredible. So thank you for that adventurous little tour down our past.
There we go.
And you know what? We're here for a good time, not a long time. We're here for an hour. So we've got an hour to play. So that's awesome. And thank you for that song, Pierre.
My pleasure.
Love it. So,
okay.
All right. We'll see you in a bit.
Okay.
I would just like to take this moment to welcome everybody. Welcome to this week boost, if that's what you call it, the time that we get to spend together and play and to be inspired and to really reconnect with ourselves and, to recognize that there is this divine source, this, we call it God. You can call it energy or universe, whatever makes you feel peaceful in your heart. But recognize that spirituality is individualized to each and every one of us. So this is from that place as an individualized expression that we get to come here. And I trust and know that with the intention of everybody, with the music we play, with the meditation, with the talk that you're going to hear, trust and know that you're right where you need to be. Whatever time you have to be looking at this, if it's not right now, I know a lot of you watch it in the archive, but know that you're right where you're supposed to be, and trust and know that you're here on purpose. You're here on purpose, you're here on time. And so I trust that every word that you hear, every song that you hear, every note that you hear sung, and through the meditation, that you're going to get something out of this evening. And that's why you keep showing up. Just keep in that consciousness, just stay in that level of consciousness right now. Forget everything that's happened before this moment, and trusting and knowing that we are all here to have this experience together for the 1 hour. We're here for a good time. And so with that, I feel great gratitude for you showing up, gratitude for the intention that we have, and gratitude for these teachings that actually tell us that we can actually live the life that we want. We can live an improved life. We can live a life that's fulfilled. So I'm grateful for those teachings as well. And with that, I trust and know that every word spoken lands exactly where it needs to. I release it to this thing that we call the law of mind, or the divine universe. And I trust and know that it lands exactly as it's supposed to. As I sometimes say, just like gravity, we know that things land, things go down, and then we have gravity. We also know that there's a law of intention. So I'm going to stay in that intention tonight and release it to that law, knowing that it is done. And we say together, and so it is. And with that, I am just ecstatic to be inviting our practitioner, soon to be minister, and that would be Mr. Nick Marcelli. And so welcome, Nick. Welcome this evening. I am happy that you're here, and I love your meditation, so I'm trusting and knowing that your meditation is going to take us to another place.
Okay, let's go ahead and give me a moment to set up the sound.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And people should know that you're also doing the administration, so you're doing double duty tonight. So that's wonderful for you to do, Nick. And we will see you on the other side of the meditation, sir.
Okay, as Reverend Fred told you, I'm Nick Marcelli, a practitioner, a certified practitioner and ministry student. And I invite you to listen to these words and take them in and make them yours. If these words speak to you, and I invite everyone to just let all their concerns of the day fall away. I invite you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable. And I invite you to pay attention to your breath without changing anything. Just relax. Let the breath fall in gently. And in a relaxed way, with no effort, feel your weight sinking toward the earth. Remember that the earth is there to support us. Be aware of the energies all around you. And keep in mind that we all share the same energy. We all draw our life from the same energy. And everyone who's listening now and everyone who's going to listen in the archive is sharing that energy. There's one source. We call it God, Spirit, Universal Mind. The origin of everything. And the one mind is full of infinite possibilities. And full of numerous opportunities for adventure. It is full of vitality. I see vitality everywhere. I see it in every person. I see it in nature. The universal mind is abundant. There's no need for worry. Everything is present in universal mind. The universal mind is loving, and love is my truth. The universal mind is infinitely creative. I welcome this energy into my life. And I know that the power to create is the essence of who I am. And I see that property in everyone. And I'm open to surprises. In the evolving world I live in, it may look chaotic at times, even though I know that there is a perfect mind orchestrating everything. But I'm open to the surprises. And knowing that I create my life according to where I put my attention, I'm still open to the adventures, the new beginnings, and the unexpected turns the creative mind may offer to me. I invite everyone to think about new beginnings and the spirit of adventure. I invite everyone to get an image of what new beginnings they're bringing into their life. And I want to offer a minute of silence to sit with that image, keeping in mind the perfection of the creative mind. The creative mind that is who I am. Just sit with that image, put yourself in it, and be there. Now, I invite everyone to listen to these words. Universal mind is full of vitality. I feel it in me, and I know that I am moving toward the highest good. And I'm grateful for that transformation. This is what I call good health. I see vitality all around me, and I invite everyone to think about life and vitality in their own way and what it means to you. And I invite everyone to continue to breathe deeply and fully. The universal mind is abundant. Whatever I need, wealth, support, the energy to follow through with what I've started. Whatever I need is there in abundance. And I'm grateful for the abundance of universal mind. I invite everyone to think about abundance in whatever way means the most to you. And I invite everyone to continue to breathe deeply and fully. And universal mind full of love. Love is the way I relate to everyone and everything in the universe. We're all in relationship, and our relationships are infused with love. I invite everyone to think about love and relationship. Think about the relationships that are most important to you. And continue to breathe deeply and fully. And I think about creativity. I think about all the gifts I've been blessed with, and I see those gifts in everyone, unique to each person. I create, and everyone around me is creating in their own unique way. I invite everyone to think about creativity in their own way. What form of creativity means the most to you? And I invite everyone to continue to breathe deeply and fully. In universal mind, there is a spectrum of possibilities, and everything is possible in creative mind according to my choice. I invite everyone to think about the vast array of possibilities. I invite everyone to think about vitality, abundance, relationship, creativity. I invite everyone to think about how you're bringing all of those qualities into your life. And I offer a minute of silence to open up and feel the transformation that's coming. Now I invite everyone to listen to these words, and I express gratitude for all the blessing and all the bounty that's coming to me. My life is a masterpiece, and I'm open to all the possibilities and all the unexpected possibilities, the ones that serve me still. I release my word as law, knowing my power to create, and I invite everyone to join me in saying, and so it is. Namaste.
I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening.
Mm. Pierre, that song slowed down
It did. Yeah.
in such an incredible way.
Mm.
And perfect following the meditation. It's I am opening.
Well, I think Nick, even near the end, he said about opening up to thing, and I'm going, how wonderful.
Well, we do say one mind. So,
Yeah.
and for everybody who doesn't know, one mind refers to, there's one universal mind and we're all connected to it. And so that's how we end up with things like coincidences.
Exactly.
And it's like us putting together, our talk. I do my talk, somebody does the meditation, you do the music, and then we do it. And literally, if people could see us, they were like, that was incredible. Your song was exactly what I was saying. And it's like, and that's when and that used to happen when we used to meet in person all the time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
For those
A
community
lot.
members who used to see in person, we used to go, that's incredible how it was just the same theme. And they thought we coordinated everything in advance. But
Yeah. Nope.
you don't have to, because it's already done in the universe.
Absolutely.
We just have to be present. Thank you for that, Pierre. That's wonderful.
Okay.
And again, we'll catch up with you a little later, sir.
Yep. Okay.
Right? Wonderful. And Nick, wonderful meditation. I loved every part of it. I just, I go on a little adventure with you, which is why I was, so excited to have you when you do meditations. I say this often, but every one of our practitioners have just raised the bar of meditation so high that just transports people to other places. So
Yes, and I very much agree with that whenever I get to listen to them.
yeah, well, thank you, Nick, and thank you for bringing your consciousness here. So, we're here to talk about adventure this month. So, tell us about a time when you were adventurous. Let's start there.
I've had quite a few. I already told you about my trip to California this year. I won't go into that, but that was a good adventure. Around 20 years ago, I went on a spiritual retreat in Bimini in the Bahamas. And the leader was going to get us to do two things. She was going to have us swim over these sunken monoliths that are like Stonehenge stones, but underwater. And these got discovered in the 1960s. Apparently, the psychic Edgar Cayce predicted they'd be discovered in the 1930s. So we swam over these monoliths. And then later that same day, we swam with dolphins. And I spent a good deal of that week swimming in the ocean. And that was a really unusual thing for me to do because I tend to get panic attacks when I'm in the water. I've been taking swimming lessons, trying to learn to be a swimmer, and I'm probably very good, but I don't know for sure because I'm still prone to panic attacks. And during that week, I had a couple of panic attacks, but I was also doing adventurous things like there was windy and there were big waves and people were diving into them, and I jumped into that. And another time we went to a sacred place that was sacred to the Mediterranean, to the Caribbean First Nations. And it was all in the water, and I had to hold on to something. And as long as I could hold something, I didn't have a panic attack. And I was swimming all over the place and really challenging myself. And the whole thing was just really weird and really extremely out of character for me.
So you pushed a boundary.
Yeah.
Sounds like it was a boundary that was pushed for sure. I'm not sure that I would be comfortable in a situation like that myself.
Well, I wasn't the entire time. I needed to be rescued twice, and luckily there were people nearby who were qualified. Although one time I found out one person in the party I was with was a former lifeguard, and it was very fortuitous that she was there.
Oh, nice. Well, that's good. I mean, that little layer of protection right behind you. So that's a time. Now, what about now? What adventures are coming into your life now?
Well, I want to talk about my journey of personal discovery, and I want to share with everyone in the community that this is an adventure, discovering myself. Back in the 1990s, I was going through a dark night of the soul. And even though I didn't know about affirmations, I made up a very good one. I said, I don't know how this is going to end, but it will be for the best. And I've had an incredible journey since then, discovering what are my personal challenges, also discovering my inner knowing, which I didn't know I had for part of my life, and tapping into that. So I would say, yes, it did work out for the best. And my journey of self-discovery and finding my challenges and jumping into them, that's been a great adventure. And I encourage everyone to go on that journey because it's well worth it.
Yeah, we think of adventure often as something outside of ourselves, or something, something that we do, rock climbing, going in the water, swimming with dolphins, like all of those things, we consider those adventures. But really, ultimately, the ultimate adventure that we can do is to find adventure within ourselves, like with going in and looking at the mysteries of ourselves, right? Looking at the unexplored parts of ourselves too. That's an interesting. Maybe I'll have to talk about that maybe a little bit next week too, because that just opened up a whole bunch of Ernest Holmes and a whole bunch of all of our Emerson. It's opened up all of these channels, and I'm going, oh my gosh,
it might be worth looking up to see where Emerson. Not Emerson, but Holmes talked about adventure. Emerson probably did too, but it's easy to find Holmes quotes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So maybe you're planting a seed. Who knows how that will grow through the funnel. So listen, Nick, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that very personal story as well. So do you have any recommendations for our community when it comes to adventure? Is there anything?
I think I've pretty much already said it. Go on that journey of self-discovery yourself. It's different for everyone. And whenever I go in front of the community, I always emphasize that we're all unique and we all go on our various journeys in our own way. But it's there for everyone if they want to jump into it.
Absolutely. Well, Nick, thank you so much for sharing. I could not agree more. And I think if we were to make a recommendation when it comes to adventure or anything that we talk about, to go deeper, that's where education comes in, because often people who take classes go deeper. So thank you for that message. That's very good. Now, the affirmation, I'm changing the one word from "and" to "my." So do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Dr. Liza talked about it last week, and I went, "Oh,
Okay.
yeah."
Okay.
Right.
So I'll make that change. And our affirmation for
Perfect.
the month is, I say yes to my adventurous life. So join with me and repeat that with me. I say yes to my adventurous life.
Awesome, Nick. Listen, we'll see you a little bit later. And again, thank you for your talk, and thank you for your time, talent, and treasure. That was a beautiful moment that we got to share. So thank you, sir. And thank you to everyone for choosing to share your consciousness with us here tonight on our adventure, on the adventure of Wednesday nights. Thank you. So how is adventure showing up for you this month? Are you really enjoying your time? And how are you spending it? Time is currency. Spend it wisely, as they always say. Like most things, we get to choose. We choose to focus on what it is that we want, and that becomes prevalent in our lives. So, what does adventure look like to you? Are you waking up each day saying, "Oh boy, another great day"? I just had this voice go in my head. I used to travel to Disneyland every year for a conference, and we used to stay right at Disneyland. And when you get a wake-up call, because we didn't have iPhones and that in those days too, and I did this for like 20 years, and every time that you'd get a wake-up call in the morning, it was Mickey Mouse, and you go, "Good morning, boys and girls. Oh boy, what an adventurous day." That literally just popped into my head when I said that. Are you saying, "Oh boy, another great day"? That goes to show how things stick in our head, eh? But anyway, are you doing that? Are you waking up in the morning, or are you just waking up on maybe the wrong side of the bed? And by the way, just so you know, I don't believe that there is a wrong side of the bed, unless we believe that there's a wrong side of the bed. But are you facing each day seeking excitement, seeking the things that bring you joy, things that fill your life most? Or are you just getting by and waking up and starting your day with your regular routine? For most of my adult life, I have to tell you that as soon as my feet hit the floor in the morning, I give thanks. And I remind myself that today is a new day. And everything that happened yesterday is done. For me, each day is like a reset. And I do that every single day. I love what Dr. Liza said last week. By the way, if you haven't watched her talk, please do, because she really had some really awesome nuggets in there and some really great expressions of explaining what adventure is. But you know what? Adventure comes in many forms, as she said. And the key is that we get to choose, that we get to make a choice about how adventure shows up in our life. In our philosophy, we learn that circumstances do not dictate our experience of life, because they're only relative. And relative just means we can see it, right? If you see something and we can all agree that something is, in our real world, that we can see it. Think of a car accident, for example. We may see a car accident, and everybody can agree that a car accident is not a good thing. So if circumstances aren't what you wish them to be, then we can make a change, or we can change our relationship to it. And by the way, if someone's in a car accident, I've heard many people who've been in car accidents saying, "I'm lucky to be alive." So they actually see that car accident not necessarily as a tragedy, but as something that gave them an opportunity to reset something in their life. So the relative is that there's a car accident. The relationship to it is basically determines how we see it in the long run. So that's where choice comes in. We get to choose it. Two people can have the exact same circumstances and yet have completely different experiences or reactions or stories about it, or even outcomes can have a complete different outcome based on the same event occurring. I remember a trip to Mexico, and this was back in 1998, the first time that I went to Mexico. Oh, I was a boy. But I went with some friends, and there's 7 of us, and we decided that we were going to get a tour up to this amazing place. There was this amazing cascade and swimming place. And so we actually decided to get a private tour guide to go up there. So we got taken through the forest. The Anaconda was filmed there. So we got taken up through all of the areas where they filmed Anaconda, and went up and did some rock climbing and everything. And it was a beautiful sight. And I would say that probably of the 7 of us, 4 or 5 of us felt that adventurous and felt it was great. And the rest of us did not. They saw it completely differently. And the point is that to me, it was an awesome adventure. And to the others, it was mosquito filled, too much humidity. And we had to swim in this cold creek that would have been better to be at the beach. So it's all in how we see it. I remember thinking at the time that's such a different perspective, because I got so much out of this and everybody else was, and then there were some people who just didn't. And they were just where they were, and that was what their experience was. So they attracted to them what they saw, what they put out, and and so it is, as we say. But it's how we see it, and what determines an adventure for you, and how can you bring that into reality? One of the best ways to create experiences we want in life is to have a visualization of them, to become clear about what it is that we want to experience. Ernest Holmes says in his discussion on law of attraction that in order to create a new reality, we must expect the best and believe and live that best may become part of our experience. Do you believe that will become part of your experience? In fact, the law of attraction is just that. It is seeing life and believing that we deserve, and then we can experience that life. And also allowing it to show up and to become part of who we are. When I think of adventure, I don't think of the big trips necessarily, although there's nothing wrong with that. That's also a perspective. But I also think, as Nick was saying about the adventures within, I think about the adventures with my family. I had a magnificent visit with my family last week. I got to spend the entire week with them, and I got to chat with my great nieces, my great nephews, and to travel around the falls with them, and to see things through their eyes as they watched things for the first time. I mean, if you want to see what adventure looks like, look into the eyes of a young person who was seeing Niagara Falls for the first time. It was just so awesome. And it was an adventure to them. And I kept thinking, because it's their theme, oh, this is an adventure. Oh, this is an adventure. But you really want to see it through somebody who's seeing something for the first time. See it through their eyes. Friendships, too, are adventures. I mean, over the weekend, I got to spend some time with some friends that I haven't seen in a while. And I'll tell you that catching up with them, we're where they are now in their lives. Not where we were 20 years ago, although we do, go back. I mean, some of these friends I've been friends with for over 30 years. So we have a lot of stories. We have a lot of adventures that we've been on. So, but, to be able to talk about them and get caught up with them where they are in their life now, I can tell you that that's a big adventure. And you know what? We got to make new memories. So this will be part of the adventures that we talk about, in another 5, 10, 15 years from now, the things that we did this weekend. I can tell you that there's rarely a day that goes by that I do not center myself and see if it and start to see life as an adventure. I've lived this way for a very long time, really centering, waking up, knowing that it's an adventure. So I thought right now, just if you were willing to do this little visualization with me, I want you to think of an adventure. An adventure that you would like to experience. Is it a trip somewhere? Do you see it clearly in your mind? Is it a nice long walk in nature? Is it a person in your life that you'd like to see again? Maybe you haven't seen for a long time. Maybe spending time with an old friend. Just think about the adventure that you would like to experience. And just hold that thought. Visualize it in your head. Does it feel like an experience that you'd like to experience? Is it something that you believe is possible? You know, you may want to adventure to the moon, but you may not be able to do that necessarily. So it might not be believable to you. Is it believable? Your journey, your adventure, is it believable? And don't place limitations on it, on whatever comes to mind as you're visualizing. Although it does not have to be something that you believe can happen, it is in the belief. It is in the belief that it can happen. That's where the magic is. And if it is in you to do it, then you are already partway there, whatever that is. So whatever it is that you are desiring, hold on to that feeling about it and see it. See it and feel it. Stay in the energy that it has already happened. And now just allow it to unfold. And once you've locked that into whatever it is you wish to see, leave space, hold a place for that. And attract that to you right now. And we can even do this with our vocation, our work. Let's say you're self-employed and you rely on customers. Visualize your calendar filled with people, but not just any people. The right people that you can make a difference for. The people that are right for you. See your efforts and work as part of an adventure. Part of your creative expression. And it doesn't matter what your work is, it can be seen as an adventure. And if you cannot see your vocation as an adventure and you need to make change, then start to make the changes. Start to make the changes to visualize something different that is more in alignment with adventure for yourself. I have to tell you, I know many retired people who work harder in their retirement than they had to work when they were working. And I cannot tell you how many times I've heard them say that even though they are busier, it doesn't feel like work. Man, imagine living your life when your work, your vocation doesn't feel like work. I live there in my life right now. With magazines, with being the spiritual director at the Toronto Global Truth Center, I feel it. I feel like I love what I do. And it doesn't mean that there aren't moments when I think how much simpler life would be if I might not be working. But I love what I do and I choose to love it and to see it. And to see all of it that I enjoy in it, everything that I enjoy in it, I love to bear witness to that. That is what I wish for everyone this month. That you find, or that maybe that you fill your life with adventure in all areas of your life. And that you find that if you find it in your life, that you haven't looked, if you find parts of your life that hasn't looked adventurous, begin to apply this concept of finding the adventure in it. It starts within you. The more you practice that this month, the more you'll notice the shift in how your life shows up. Try being silent each morning and visualizing the day you are gifted to experience. You know, as Michelle said last week, good or bad, you get to decide. So choose the good. Always choose for your highest good. And see what adventures you will attract this month. Pierre's song by Trooper, raise a little hell. Make it good hell, but raise a little hell. Namaste, everyone. And thank you so much for listening to my talk. And I trust that there's something in there for you. And so at this time, we move into our donations. As you know, we're a center that does rely on donations to help us be able to bring this and broadcast this and to be able to continue to do that. So think of it as energy and love, and it's reciprocal. Everything is just a big circle. Whatever goes out comes back. So it's with that energy of love. If you can donate to the center, we have two ways that you could do that. You could do it through info@globaltruthcenter.com to do an e-transfer, or you can go online and go to Global Truth Center Toronto and .com and donate there. There's also PayPal for anybody who's out of the country, so feel free. If you're catching this and you'd like to help us out, that would be great. Remember, money is just energy. Energy is love. So keep it from that perspective. There will be some fall classes coming up. I will give more details on that. Also, mark your calendars for September the 9th, Saturday, September the 9th, from 2 to 7 p.m. There will be a fundraiser for the center. We're going to be having a lunch and all that fun stuff. So more details to follow, but we will be setting that up. Hester is working on that. So look forward to more details on that as they become available. But mark it in your calendar, September 9th. If you don't have anything, make sure to do that as we do this fundraiser. And if you're at our website, don't forget, become a member, sign up for our e-newsletter. That'd be great. And at this point, I would just like to say thank you to the incredible Pierre, who brings his talent and treasure here every week. And thank you, Pierre, for always making it light and fun. As you say, you'll notice a difference in my song. It's positivity and love.
Absolutely.
Right. So thank you for that, sir. And by the way, we have a doozy of a song coming up. I cannot wait to hear the song, and I will be singing in the background again. Okay. Unfortunately, I have to turn my off. Otherwise, I could be a backup singer. And thank you to you, Nick, for providing us with your talent on the background when it comes to the technology, and for your incredible meditation. Thank you so much. Just know that I feel you going deeper every single time, and I'm so filled with gratitude for that, Nick. And with that, thank you, community. Thank you for showing up and bringing your consciousness here tonight. Share this video, share this YouTube if you want with your friends. You think there's something somebody needs to hear, feel free to send it out there. We're open to it all. So trust in knowing that it lands exactly where it needs to, as we do. I'm trusting that if there's something in there that you want to share with your friends, please feel free to do so. And with that, the amazing Pierre is going to sing us out.
Okay.
So have at it, Pierre.
I will. This is a Rascal Flatts tune. It's called When the Sand Runs Out.
Ooh, love it.
Morning at an old friend's grave, flowers in amazing grace. He was a good man. He spent his whole life spinning his wheels, never knowing how the real thing feels. He never took a chance or took the time to dance. And I stood there thinking as I said goodbye, today's the first day of the rest of my life. I'm gonna stop looking back, start moving on, learn how to face my fears, love with all of my heart, make my mark. I wanna leave something here, go out on a ledge without any net. That's what I'm gonna be about. Yeah, I wanna be running when the sand runs out. 'Cause people do it every day, promise themselves they're gonna change. I've been there, but I'm changing from the inside out. That was then and this is now. I'm a new man. Yeah, I'm a brand new man. And when they carve my stone, they'll write these words: here lies a man who lived life for all that it's worth. I'm gonna stop looking back, start moving on, learn how to face my fears, love with all of my heart, in and there, that's what I'm gonna be about. Yeah, I wanna be running when the sand runs out. As the cold wind blows across the graveyard, I think I hear the voice of my old friend whispered in my ear. I'm gonna stop looking back, start moving on, learn how to face my fear. Love with all of my heart, make my mark. I wanna leave something here. Go out on a ledge, God in and air, that's what I'm gonna be about. Yeah, I wanna be running when the sand runs out. I wanna be running when the sand runs
Oh, go live on the edge, everyone. Go live, and the sand is not running out. It is just beginning. Go live out. I love that song. Every word. I'm dissecting the words. So listen, everybody, go and enjoy. Thank you, Pierre. That was marvelous. Go and enjoy this week. Go raise a little hell, good hell. Go and enjoy. Have a wonderful week, everyone. And see you next week. Stay well.